What is going on, guys? My name is Sanjeev and today I'm going to be showing you how to cryptocurrency day trade. Let's get on with it. So the first thing you want to do is open up an account with JAFX. The link for them will be down below or right here. Essentially what they do is they're a brokerage that allows you to trade with cryptocurrencies. There's others out there that like simple FX, but their spreads are too big. Essentially, for you new beginners, a spread is the difference between the price of the buy and sell. If a spread is too large, it makes it really hard for you to make money because price has to move a lot. If a spread is lower, it's easier for you to make money because its price doesn't have to move as much in order for you to go into profits. So JFX has low spreads, and that is why I use them. They also allow leverage trading up to 500, and that's what I use. This allows you to make a micro account into a very large account in a small amount of time. When I say a 500 to 1 leverage, what I mean is, for example, you deposit $10. In JFX eyes, although it is only $10, they give you the buying and selling power of a $5,000 account, because per every dollar that you deposit, it is $500 to them. And for example, you want to deposit a $100 account. That $100 can give you the buying and selling power of a $5,000 account, and then if you want to deposit $1,000, a $500,000 account. That is insane buying and selling power, and if you use it to your advantage, you can make a massive sum of profits every single day. This can be really good if you do know what you're doing, and that's what I'm going to be explaining in this video. If you're a beginner in trading, I highly recommend checking out the book Naked Forex. It talks about mastering a certain setup that works for you every single day. Trading itself is essentially just doing repetitive tasks that bring you good probability setups and essentially make you win way more. So if you guys want to essentially gain more knowledge in this field of trading, Naked Forex is a high recommender for me. Moving forward, you make your account, your verification goes right. Essentially all you have to do is submit your IDs. After doing that, you're now in your account. After funding your account and everything, what do I do now? How do I make money? What is all this money you talk about, Sanji? Well, to make it simple, trading and cryptocurrency trading is like every other type of trading available currently right now in the market. It's the same up and down. There is no sideways type of trading. Price only moves up or down. To make it simple, if you guys already have a certain way of trading, stick with that way. Don't jump and do exactly what I do. I stick to really simple ways of trading, whereas I only stick to just support and resistance. There's a lot of people out there that use different types of indicators that help determine what they want to do with their price and where they want to buy and sell. I'm not like that. I really just truly believe that price is very simple. We as humans just overcomplicate it. That is my opinion, but I'll show you guys how I trade right now. Okay, so when you guys originally log into your JFX account on MetaTrader 4, when you download it into your phone, onto your computer, whatever you're using, whatever platform you're on, this is usually the chart that you first originally see. If you want to change it, what I usually do is I use a candle chart. So in a candle chart, especially when you first originally start, right here we can see that it's pre-customized to be that when a candle is going downwards, we have a bear candle, which is white, and when price is going upwards, we have a bull candle, which is black. These are the trader terms that everybody uses: bull, bear, price is going up or down. So very simple, that's how it is. For me, I already have a template. This is what I like to look at. It's just easier on my eyes and something I've been using for a while, so I just stick with it. But you guys can use whatever you guys want to. Okay, so when I was originally talking, I was talking about setting up simple points, support and resistance. So right here, I already see this is a resistance that price went to. It's a really known point because price touched here, went down, touched here, had some issues, came up, broke it, but it came down and touched it. So in this act, price broke resistance, came back and touched down as resistance turned into a new support. But this is essentially a key level or a key point that we would like to remember for a while. So we put this line down here. Another area that I see is right here because price went and touched this recently. Another point is right here. You can see that because price touched here numerous times recently. 1, 2. And another point I would like to highlight is around right here in kind of the middle of all of this. You want to know why? It's because price went here previously, but we've been rejected numerous times. So it is a key level. That's why I'm putting it here, because we see that here, we see that here, and we see that here. And looking forward, we see that there are price touches all along here that we can see. So that's something we want to keep in mind. And I was looking at the 4 hour now. Let's plot some more points. You can plot points however you trade. I noticed that, especially my mentor told me that 4 hour, daily, and 1 hour, when you apply support and resistance, those are the most hardest to break. So they are the most confirmative support and resistance you can have. When you go into the 5 minute, 15 minute, etc., you can plot your support and resistance. Let's say like right here, and like originally this one would be like price touch here, resistance here, but it's easily broken, you know what I mean? So we don't look at these unless you're a scalper, but if you're a beginner, don't really recommend scalping to begin with straight away. What we want to do is focus on how price moves right now and how it's acting as of now. So let's move this guy, keep that, and yeah, so that's it. And we can see that when price touches all these points, there's some certain action that happens. Right now, we saw that price recently just went and touched this now support, and it rejected it. When we dial down in, we can see that price went to touch that, but it had a hard time actually breaking through it, and it rejected twice. Right now, this may be a turnaround, but we need more confirmations because we have had a really strong bearish momentum, which is a downwards momentum recently when you look at the 1 hour chart and here as well. So we need to look at how chart's going and essentially how price is continuing right now before we enter any more. This isn't enough confirmations for me to trade. I'm going to be skipping to another clip where I actually do trade. I'll show you my setup and then from there take my trades. I'm not going to be taking any trades right now because 8:30 p.m. PST is not in my trading plan. And I'll be talking about trading plans later on in some other videos like the Forex plan because that's really important. For cryptocurrency trading, it really depends on the news and everything that's happening out right now. So for example, what I talked about earlier with Bitcoin, we are able to see a lot of price action that's recently happened. Right now, pulling up the Ripple chart, and we can see that price is fairly new. Like, there isn't a lot of movement that's happened prior, so this is all just one kind of hockey stick graph. All we see is upwards. That's good, especially in a bull market, but it's hard to determine where price is gonna go because remember how I went in the 4 hour and I labeled out points? I can only label out points in certain areas, like right here where price touches, and right here, and over here because price touches here numerous times. But I can't put price up here and I don't have enough confirmation because this is just really tiny. Although we can go in the small time frames and kind of look at like where price is. Right now we can say this is kind of like a solid support area around this area right here because we've had 3 touches here so far, 3 important touches here so far, and we can say that this is a possible resistance because price went and touched here. So if price does break out here, I may look to take some buys, but as of now, no. And this is a kind of a bouncing chart. You see how it's happening? But right here, I look at this as kind of a box. All that's happened is just, you know what I mean? Too much has happened. Price is really uncertain. It's been going up and down and all that stuff, so we don't know what's happening. All we know is we pushed all the way to $2, pulled all the way down to possibly gain liquidity, and we're pushing back up. But we don't know that for sure. Maybe people just wanted to have a better buying price. But when looking at the 4 hour, we can kind of sense that price was pushed down so people could buy at a better price before it was pushed up again. But in Forex and stuff, you can call these price rejections, or I guess in crypto you can as well. But that's what we call in trading. So when we don't fill the wicks or the full-on candle, price went there. For example, we're looking at the 1 hour chart. Price went there during that 1 hour time frame, but it never actually stayed there. It moved out of the way and price closed in that 1 hour over here. One thing that I didn't know when I was first beginning, I know it sounds really funny, but each candlestick over here is actually 1 hour because we're on the 1 hour time frame. When we switch to the 15 minutes, it's all 15-minute per candlestick. So if you're doing scalping in anything, I highly recommend setting up your zones in the 4 and 1 hour, and then going down to the 15-minute and 5-minute to do your scalping. If you're more of a long-term trader, day, weekly, all of that works perfectly. So all the people who actually bought into the coin are just looking at this. They're looking into this. The people that actually like bought the coin itself, like Ripple, they only look at how price is done so far. They don't really care about the ins and outs and how price is working right now. But yeah, another thing for cryptos actually that's really important is we have to check on the news. So right now what's happening is Ripple surges, all of these soars. Wow, there's a lot of things that's happening for Ripple, and I believe there was some new news that came out. Yeah, right here we can see Ripple currency surges as Japanese group agrees to use it. And so we're like, what's happening? Why did price move up so much? It recently passed Ethereum. Wow, that's really good. Surging the price, blah 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 blah. Last week's announcement that 3 of the Japanese big credit card companies have signed up to use Ripple's technology triggered another bounce in the price of XRP. Okay, wow. So we can see that, and we can now understand why we have been rising so much. And that makes sense. So if you're really interested in becoming and understanding how these move a lot, and especially like a new currency like Ripple, you have to consistently check out the news. In Forex, that's what a lot of people do. News is really important because that's where price moves the most. And as you can see here, price moved a ton. And I assume this was after the Japanese announced that, the Japanese banks announced that they would be accepting Ripple or whatever that news was. So I assume that was why price pushed up so much. And this was fairly recent. This actually happened all today. Everything here happened today. So I woke up, I actually bought here, but I closed because of this pullback, and I did not like that. Kind of a regret, but whatever happens. So this is a position that I took because I saw that we on the 1 hour needed to go and fill that wick because price got rejected and we had lower lows and lower highs. So essentially the last created high that was made was a lower point than the last one that was actually above. And so I saw that price was going to be heading down. That was my confirmation. And now that we're looking at my plan, I saw that we were on day 15, which means I needed to make $26 in order to reach my day 16 goal. So we went backwards. I was checking, I set up my take profit. This was on my micro account because I don't usually crypto trade. I'm more of a Forex trader, but with holiday season coming around, everything has been slowed down and volume has been going down quite a lot. So because of everybody's on vacation right now. Anyways, let's skim through this. Let's see where price goes. We continue to go forward and looking at other. When we look at the 5 minute, we see that there starts to be a pullback. We may possibly hit the new stop loss, which is now in profits because of course we don't want to be losing money. And price continues to go down. Let's skim a bit forward. We come close to hitting that stop loss. The price decided to keep going down, keep following what we wanted to do, and now we're heading down. We're going to keep heading down, and we hit our take profit of 51 pounds. So that was it. Straight there, 5 minutes, all in about, hit our take profit, and we're out.
If you guys felt like you learned anything, stay tuned because there's going to be a hell of a lot more content that comes out on this channel. My name is Sanjeev once again, and have a good day.